Good Monday morning to you. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Rena Sargentopoulos alongside the lovely and talented Delight. And you smell so good today.
It's my blueberry muffin lotion
that you got from?
I got it from McDonald's during, they had some I don't know, spa kit, promotional spa kit. It's from Bath and Body Works, but it's not like made from, their special sauce or anything. Yeah, it's blueberry, and it smells really good.
I would enjoy that as well. If you wore Big Mac sauce, I would equally love that smell.
Dab it behind my ears.
Behind your ears. Guy, blueberry muffins or Big Mac sauce, what say you for the smell of the day?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, all right, Alicia, next time I come sit over there, I want to smell some blueberry muffin. All right, here's your forecast for today. We have temperatures running above average, but it doesn't feel like it. You have that wind chill feeling like single digits out there with winds starting to increase, which is helping in the fog department. We're starting to see that fog mix out, but winds up to right around 8 miles per hour. It feels like 3 on the skin. We'll get up to 32 later on this afternoon. Fog and flurries, still we have that chance. I've been finding some flurries out here in the KARE 11 backyard. We'll see some sun quickly try to sneak in before clouds roll right back in this afternoon, evening. 16 tonight for the low, mostly cloudy skies, and tomorrow we'll see temperatures climb to the upper 20s with more clouds. We're just going to continue this cloudy trend, but I'm also tracking the chance for a couple flakes and flurries this week. More on that coming up. Alicia?
Yeah, Guy, we have snow blowing around on some roadways. Here's 35E, Mendota Heights area. 2 vehicles involved in a crash blocking the right shoulder. You can see roads could be slick in certain spots. Of course, still take it slow. Give the person in front of you plenty of space. That is the only crash I'm tracking around the metro. And as Guy and the KARE 11 weather team are tracking more snow blowing into the region this week, download our free KARE 11 weather app. You can get personalized forecasts, the radar, and get weather alerts sent right to your phone. It's free where you get your apps. Breaking news, both Minneapolis Police and Brooklyn Center Police are reporting issues affecting Verizon customers trying to call 911. This started late last night. We're working to get more information about the issue. If you do need any help whatsoever, you're asked to call the Hennepin County Dispatch non-emergency number. We'll update you as soon as we learn more. Developing this morning, more details are coming in about a deadly shooting at a Lunar New Year celebration in California.
It left 10 people dead, 10 more injured. The LA County Sheriff says the suspect in the shooting is also dead after turning the gun on himself. Jen has been tracking the latest details for us and joins us this morning with what you know. Hi, Jen.
Yeah, hi, Rena. Hi, Alicia. And this morning, new overnight, we are getting these aerial images. This is the scene, that dance club where this shooting happened, where people were celebrating, right? Celebrating the Lunar New Year. Monterey Park is a predominantly Asian suburb of LA. They hold a massive 2-day festival there. Police say the dance club was packed when the gunman started shooting. Police have now identified that suspect as a 72-year-old man. They say he then took off after the shooting and went to a similar ballroom nearby where people inside were able to disarm him. Then he took off again in a white cargo van. It's about 12 hours later when law enforcement found and surrounded that van and said the suspect was inside, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Obviously, this shooting has left witnesses shaken.
Hearing this happen now is just very shocking, very sad, because it's just confirming that there's no safe place anymore.
Investigators say inside this white cargo van, they did find evidence that ties the suspect to both locations, the scene of the shooting and that second dance hall where he was disarmed. Police have not yet confirmed a motive. This morning, we are waiting to learn the names of the victims. For now, though, we do know, Rena and Alicia, 5 men, 5 women in their 50s or 60s, possibly maybe a little older than that.
Oh, another mass shooting in America. All right, Jen, thanks for that.
Well, at the Mall of America, crowds came to the Rotunda to mark the Lunar New Year, and the California tragedy weighed heavy on the minds of many who were attending the events.
It's like we're just kind of on edge when we're trying to enjoy our time and bring happiness to people, and it's just sad that we have to have that in the back of our mind, that anything could happen at any time.
Unfortunately, I think gun violence is a real possibility. Everywhere in the U.S., it's really hard to I think process, because it happens so close to a source of joy for a lot of us for Lunar New Year. And of course, it's scary that the Mall of America has had its own gun violence incidents recently.
Politicians also responding to the news. Senator Amy Klobuchar called it horrific and said, quote, "Another mass shooting, another community in mourning, another stark reminder why we have to do more to stop these attacks." Governor Walz has also ordered flags to be flown at half-staff to honor the lives lost in that shooting.
In just a few hours, the Cody Forencamp murder trial will resume. He's the man accused of killing star student athlete Deshaun Hill.
Opening statements were supposed to start on Friday, were delayed until this morning. Our Cece Gaines is live at the Hennepin County Courthouse with more on what we can expect today. Hi, Cece.
Hi, good morning. So the trial resumes this morning at 9 a.m. here at the courthouse where we are. Now, about that delay that you just mentioned, the judge approved the defense's request for a delay. The defense said that Forencamp was not in a good place last week and that he hadn't had time to speak to his family. They also add that he needed time to address his anxiety and frustrations about this. Now, of course, Deshaun Hill's family was not happy about the delay. Now, Forencamp is being charged with second-degree murder for the death of 15-year-old Deshaun Hill. Forencamp has pleaded not guilty to that charge. This all happened last February in North Minneapolis. On the day Hill was killed, he was out of school because students were allowed to leave class and go downtown to a social justice sit-in after the police shooting of Amir Locke. Hill's family just received a $500,000 settlement from the school district. Now, the jury is seated and ready to go this morning at 9 a.m. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we're going to hear from Deshaun Hill's family just hours before this trial resumes. Back over to you.
All right, Cece reporting live in Minneapolis. We'll check back soon. Thanks.
Well, this afternoon, the man accused of shooting and killing his pregnant fiancée outside an Amazon fulfillment center in Lakeville will face a judge. Dante McCray is charged with one count of second-degree murder. He's accused of killing 31-year-old Kyla O'Neill, who was pregnant with his child. That baby was delivered by C-section but died last week. McCray likely will face additional charges because of the baby's death.
This morning, the family of Bryce Borka is offering a $30,000 reward to help find him. The 23-year-old disappeared 12 weeks ago. In a statement, his family says they've spent that time searching over 1,000 acres of land. Borka was last seen around Fort Snelling State Park at the end of Yankee Doodle Road in Eagan. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Eagan Police Department.
Tax filing season officially kicked off today, and whether you file now or on April 18th, your refund may be smaller this year. That's because tax break enhancements in effect last year are expiring. For example, the maximum child tax credit is going down to $2,000 for each kid under the age of 16. And the above-the-line deduction for charitable contributions of the last 2 years has also gone away.
Right now, the art shanty projects are open to the public on Lake Harriet. Because the lake hasn't sufficiently frozen over just yet this year, you can find this year's exhibits along the lake shore. The festival encourages artists to bring massive interactive structures to life.
Most times in the winter, you want to lock yourself in by a fireplace and read a book. And instead, it's something that drives you to go out and walk around and actually see other people.
Love to see that. That was Jeff Sherman, one of the artists this year. His piece, The Meditation Garden, invites guests to ring calming tones. They sound nice. Other exhibits invite you to nest, dance, even listen to some opera. The festival runs through February 12th.
And we should have plenty of nice weather for that. As you head out today, you might see some fog on your morning commute. Maybe even a little flurries today, Guy.
Yeah, and I'm finding a couple flurries out here in the Care 11 backyard. I am seeing the fog improve, so that's some good news. And maybe even we could squeeze a few peaks of sunshine. Now, that will be brief, but winds are starting to pick up a little, so that's helping out with the fog. That will mix out some of that fog that we're seeing. But still, this shot looking over downtown Minneapolis, you still got those clouds hanging pretty low to where you can't make out some of those skyscrapers out there. All right, so let's dig into the forecast going into those current temperatures. You'll see temps this morning are in the teens, 14. We still have cloudy skies, cloudy overcast skies. Feels like 3 on the skin. Winds starting to increase out of the south. You'll see at 8 miles per hour this morning. Weather today, I'm going to say AM decreasing fog and flurries. Brief sun, and then the clouds redevelop with more chances for some flurries later this afternoon. Highs right around the freezing mark, 32. Winds to the west at 10 miles per hour this afternoon. Now tonight, we'll see temperatures near the mid-20s. Midnight, after midnight, you'll see temps falling to the low 20s. And this time come tomorrow morning, we'll have those lows right back in the teens. Kind of rinse and repeat with some single-digit wind chills out there this time tomorrow morning. So here's the next 3 days. 32 today. We'll have fog flurries evening flurries tomorrow after, I want to say after sunset time. We'll have that chance for some flurries. So right around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock dinner time, we'll see some more flurries develop. And another chance for some light snow on Wednesday. And that's going to be in my 7-day forecast. Name of the game, because we'll have several chances for snow coming this week. Most of it later in the week, and after those snow chances, then it's going to be all about the frigid air. So the frigid air will arrive as we get into the weekend after that snow. And then again, I'm also looking at that brief chance for clearing before another round of clouds today. So I'm just trying to be a little optimistic about that clearing before clouds roll back in. Guys?
All right, enjoy the warmth while we have it, Sky. Thanks. So Southwest employees are seeing a little more green from the airline.
The reason for the bonus in less than 5 minutes.
Then a local group helping furry members of our community has a new home. The greater meaning it has for those looking to add to their family.
And we've been warning you about password changes coming to Netflix at 6:45. The new change that will likely cost you more.
15 years of storytelling, hundreds of videos, all in one place. Land of 10,000 Stories, the complete collection. Rewatch your favorite stories or use the interactive map to find new stories across our state. Go to care11.com/land